That was convincing.
I appreciated your front page.
That got a lot of reaction.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I kind of knew it would. And that's kind of why I did it.
People still don't get it though.
What?
I don't think some people understand how hard it is to deal with a certain entity that starts with an R and ends with an R.
Four squares on the Monopoly board. That's more than anybody. Yeah.
Okay. We're on. Morning, everyone. Welcome. Board of Works. We'll start with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, let the record reflect that Board of Works member George Clemens is absent and City Attorney Scott Royce was late.
Okay, got that too. I think he was late last time. I think there's a pattern shaping up here.
I think I was just in time.
All right, thank you. He's usually very punctual, just a little joke. All right, let's go into the minutes from the April 14th meeting. Those were presented. I looked through them, didn't see anything. Jeff?
I move to approve.
All right, I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you and welcome to our visitors. We have many today. Appreciate it. In reports, oral and written communications, Wastewater Payment Office has made adjustments, and just for your edification, they're in there. There's one this month. No action required. Got a lot to do today under new business, so with no unfinished business, let's get started. I saw Greg Steffi walk in. Hi, Greg. You want to come up and just give us a little context to the road closure? Looks like another Dillinger activity over on Indiana Street.
We do. Actually, we've got two events coming up, Joe. You got the paperwork on both of them?
Yeah, we'll start with the Dillinger Raid, and then we'll go to the vintage car race.
Okay, the Dillinger Raid will be on September the 10th this year. It's a one-day event, very similar format to what we did last year. Turns out this year our event is going to be held in conjunction with an event being held by Caldwell Banker Realtors. Sally Bailey and her group are going to be promoting an event on the same day in her parking lot directly across. So we're kind of working together on that. Looks like it's going to come together very nicely. Again, we're asking to close Indiana, the one block of Indiana Street for the antique cars that will be coming in conjunction with that event.
Questions? No. All right.
I move to accept.
I will second that. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. All right, now on to the Vintage Race Car Show.
Okay, that event's going to be in conjunction with First Fridays next month, which will be on June the 3rd. This year's featured exhibit at the Old Jail Museum is Remembering the Warsaw Speedway. We have a very extensive exhibit, and we're doing this event in conjunction with that to help promote not only that exhibit, but also just to promote interest in the museum, bring people in. We anticipate a minimum of 200 to 300 visitors with that through the museum. And so we're going to do a vintage race car show in conjunction with that. We've sent out a lot of invitations. Honestly, I don't know how many cars to expect, but we're hoping for maybe a dozen.
Are you working with the downtown coordinator?
Yes. Yeah, Rob and Scott and I have been working on this.
There wouldn't be room on the area that's already closed off for First Friday?
Well, they both agreed that the best thing to do would be to put it there at the museum because we're trying to draw people in to the exhibit and into the museum. So that puts it right outside our front door.
Okay.
In fact, I think they had actually talked about moving the main body of the event over to Indiana Street. So,
from the fire perspective, with Buffalo closed for First Friday, And then Indiana closed. Does that cause you any hardships?
No, but we could have the flares within the vicinity or any events that spawn that can actually gather.
But on your emergency route, if you got to leave, will you go down to Lake Street?
Yeah, we would use it.
All right, all right. Jeff, you got any concerns?
No concerns.
All right,
Move to accept.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, Greg,
Thank you, gentlemen.
thanks for coming in. Good luck.
Thank you.
Farmers Market, Mark Van Lanningham's here. Mark, you want to come up? Farmers Market starts tomorrow, and I heard there might be asparagus, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
Yeah, we're asking to close the street there south of the courthouse again and use the plaza for the farmers market. And we will be closing this year in a little different time period from 6:30 to 12:30 instead of from 7:30 to 1:30. So we went a little earlier this year. There's less traffic, I think, during that period of time, and so we thought that might work out better for us and for you guys, so.
so the farmers market will open an hour earlier and close an hour earlier than
Yes.
last year. So from 8 to 12 would be the event
Yes,
time,
exactly.
and the closure would be 6:30 to 12:30.
Yep.
Great. Expecting a bumper crop,
Yes, we need a little sunshine.
low sunshine. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Sloan, can you do anything about that?
I'll call, look for someone.
Just look up. I move to accept.
All right, I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, Mark, thanks. We're looking
Yeah,
forward to a good
I'd like
season.
to say something. I'd like to thank you guys for all the support that you've given us and all the ways that you've helped us succeed and do well. I really, really appreciate that. I appreciate this road closure, but also just working with you guys. And sometimes when you work with government, it doesn't always go so smooth. But you guys have been great to work with and so encouraging. Also, your staff that you have, every time I come up here, I'm kind of fumbling around and not knowing quite what I'm supposed to be doing. They've been very helpful and very patient with me. And so I just would like to say thanks to all of it.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Looking forward to a great season.
Thanks.
And that road closure request is through October, May, every Saturday, May through October. All right, item 4, another road closure. This would be for the Cardinal Services groundbreaking celebration. You're not Michelle Boxell.
Sorry for the letdown. She had got double booked, so I'm here in her place.
No worries. So tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so we are excited to be able to announce our groundbreaking event for our capital campaign and the renovations at the main campus there on 504 North Bay. And so to do that, we're having sort of a little event. You're invited and coming. May 17th from 12 to 1. It's going to be in our courtyard, which was on the west side of our building, and we're going to be using that parking lot as well. But for the actual ceremony, we're going to be crossing that street, Colfax, because we've got some materials over there in our lot. And that's about the only place we can put a shovel in the ground around
Sure.
there. And so just looking to close the section of Colfax from where it hits Smith to the end of our parking lot for a short period of time around that event.
Yeah, relatively short period. All right, questions?
Move to accept.
I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And community is invited, so anybody want to join us, we'd love to have you. There'll be food trucks and celebrations. So
Great.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Dan Hampton will be requesting sounds like a provisional closure for the Eucharistic procession that's occurring on June 19th. Morning, Dan.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. And the judge usually says he's right on time, so Scott, he's always on time. So. I'm here today to ask for a road closure of Smith Street from Maple Avenue to Grant Street, closing off that area to help the shuttles running the parkers from the fairgrounds up to Sacred Heart. So that's why we're using that.
So that would be about a 4-hour road closure, looks like, from 2 to 6.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Dan. I move to accept.
All right, I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thanks, Dan.
Really appreciate all the help that the city's giving us. It's been unbelievable.
Again, like all of our outdoor events, pray for good weather, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Good seeing you. Have a good weekend.
G&G is going to request a closure of Zimmer Road. This isn't exactly a public event. This is more of a construction item. So why don't you explain what's going on out there and looking on, let's see, it's going to be a much longer period. That would be from 8 a.m. on May 16th to 4 p.m. on May 20th. So about 4 days doing some utility work.
That's correct. My name is Chase Meeks with G&G. We will be starting on Monday morning. Well, our plan is to start Monday morning, May 16th. The project is a storm sewer infrastructure improvement for Zimmer Biomet Building 5. That is the building there at the corner of Zimmer Lane and Zimmer Road, between Hepler and Zimmer Road. We would be crossing just south of the intersection there of Zimmer Lane and Zimmer Road. We will be crossing just south of there. The road closure is Zimmer Road, and doing a detour reroute for that duration. We are hoping the best case scenario is we get done Thursday and have the road patched and opened up Thursday, but worst case would be Friday. So that's what we're requesting. Any more information you need on that infrastructure improvement, or?
No, I'm sure it'll benefit everybody.
Yes.
As a stormwater improvement. I know there was a little bit of discussion about maybe doing one side then the other side, but I know, Dustin, you and I talked a little bit about that. I assume that's a pretty narrow spot, and
It is about a 33-foot long crossing there. You know, we looked at doing it, leaving one lane open at a time. We don't see how we can feasibly make that happen because we're threading the needle between a 6-inch high-pressure gas main and a fiber going down through there. I'm taking a 36-inch pipe and then gauging it down to four 12-inch
right.
pipes. And to do that crossing and do one lane at a time, it'd take longer, and I'm not sure that we can make it happen to make the inverts hit. So that's why we're requesting the.
no, and I appreciate that. I
full
wanted that
closure.
explanation so the public would understand the difficulty of that project.
Yes.
So, Aaron, did you have any comments on that project?
We've already had discussions on the proposal for it and the detour route that's necessary because of the traffic that road sees. And I believe that they're doing the best they can do and
Yep.
keeping the duration as reasonable as possible.
So the detour route is established, correct?
Yes, yeah, the traffic control team that they're working with has proposed, shared it with both Dustin, Dylan, and myself. And Dustin's investigated it with the emergency services and everyone as well, and we think it's fair enough detour.
All right. Questions?
Rain or shine, you'll be able to work through the rain? Or
That's-
that won't delay you at all?
That is correct, yes, because
Okay.
because the existing infrastructure is staying in place until this new infrastructure goes in. We are planning on doing it rain or shine, correct?
The 20th we meet, I think, so if there were issues, that's why I was just checking. Your timing
Yes.
is pretty good where we could extend it. if
Yep.
needed. Okay, thank you, that's all the questions I have.
Great.
Mayor, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Good, I move to accept.
All right, I'll second. Any further discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, and
All
thank
right.
you for entertaining this and working with us on this.
All right. Again, I hope the weather's good.
We're hoping the same.
All right, Pam, home of your own repair. This is a mortgage release.
We had one more family pay their account in full. We're down to only 2 accounts right now, and there's
Right.
about $60,000 in the fund for future rehabs.
Just help me, is this the fund that is now being administered by the Bowen Center, Chota, or is this still a separate?
It gets the jobs get done by them, but I'm managing the money.
Okay. And I guess my question, they're still called Home of Your Own Repairs
Yes,
through their program?
yes.
Okay. All right, great.
So
Questions?
if they have a job, they will come through me for me to approve it and approve that there's enough money in the fund, et cetera. And we'll still continue to take the payments because it's the city's money.
Right. Well, I appreciate that program, and I know our residents do too. These are critical repairs. That sometimes the folks have no other place to turn, and
This one had been a roof.
a roof. So you've always done a great job with it, and I appreciate all the hard work.
Yeah, thanks, Pam, for all you do. I move to accept.
All right, I'd second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
One for me and one for-
Okay. All right, thank you. All right. Item 8, the City of Warsaw, BOT with the Parks Department. This is an agreement, a financing agreement and project delivery method that the city has worked with Greg Martz, who this contract is with. This contract has been reviewed. We hired an attorney who has specialized in these build, operate, transfer agreements. He's gone through this contract and has given the okay. They made the changes that he'd suggested. So this allows things to get started. Had some good news. The steel is coming a bit sooner than we thought it would, so this project ought to take off. Larry, what are they saying about July?
They're gonna bring all the equipment in June, yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is the maintenance building and park offices on Indiana and Fort Wayne. Council's obviously reviewed this method and given their approval for it. So again, this is just the formality of approving the agreement. And again, it's been fully approved and reviewed and approved by our BOT attorney, Cam Starnes at Taft.
I move to approve the 31-page document. Thank you.
All right, I'll second that. Aaron, did you have a comment?
I did, and I thought the agreement was very thorough, and it seems to cover anything that would possibly arise during any sort of construction arrangement.
All right, all right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Item 6, Jeremy, this is the Anchorage Road project pay application for right-of-way, it looks like.
Yeah, you have before you pay app number 7 for right-of-way as we continue to move forward with the Anchorage Road project in the amount of $6,653.06, 80/20 match, so we'd pay out 100%, get reimbursed 80%, and this is being paid out of edit.
Questions?
Move to accept.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And item 10 would be engineering pay app.
Yep, same project, pay up 28 for engineering, same premise, 80/20. We pay out 100%, get reimbursed 20%, or get reimbursed 80%. This is also being paid out at edit in the amount of $11,565.35. And hopefully, I think they're working on stage 3 submittals, so hopefully the engineering will get submitted this fall, and we'll be ready to bid this project out probably mid next year.
Questions?
I move to accept.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And the right-of-way acquisition, I would note those last 2 contracts are with American Structure Point.
Yes.
And this one is for actual acquisition. Appears, looks like one parcel.
Yeah, parcel number 14, one of the larger parcels in the amount of $92,580. This is being paid out of Northern TIF. It will be submitted for an 80% reimbursement as well. I think we're on parcel 11 or 12 now, so I think we have maybe 5 or 6 more to go, but we're getting close to having all the right-of-way acquired as well.
Question?
I move to approve.
I'd second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Jeremy, could you just comment? I know some road projects, there's a lot more right-of-way acquisition than others. This seems to be, there's a fair amount, and I don't know if it's the location or the...
Utilities, if you've been down, obviously the road, Anchorage Road, they have utility poles on both sides. You've got gas, you have AT&T, I think, has a large fiber that runs through there. So a lot of utilities in order to accomplish what we're doing, which is basically adding a third lane. We had to widen that road, and by widening it, we have to move all those utilities out and provide them a spot. So the bulk of the right-of-way being purchased is to do that. We also have sidewalk that going on this project. There's no sidewalk out there now. So all of those combined is just added to the right-of-way that we need to make these improvements. Obviously, Anchorage Road continues to see more and more traffic as the development occurs in US 30. So these needed improvements will certainly help traffic flow through there more safely, both for pedestrians and vehicles in the future.
All right. Great. Thanks for the explanation. Appreciate it. All right. I suppose this is your last foray up here, Jennifer.
Yes,
All right.
it is.
Travel requests.
Yeah.
We have a change on the new hire report. So the travel request, we have a handful from the police department that will be traveling, and also wastewater. Wastewater is an annual event, I believe. They always go down, participate, do well.
Are you being harassed by those you're trying to help up here?
This is my, yes.
They'll be better, I promise. All right, questions?
No questions. I move to approve all travel requests.
I would second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, and then the new hire and change report is rather lengthy. It looks like a lot of summer seasonal hiring.
We do. We do have a correction on the new hire report, though, for one of the patrol officers, Alvaro. That should not say non-probationary. That's just a change just for shift training. He's moving to a different shift at this time.
So you want me to cross that out?
Mm-hmm. Please? Yeah.
And you said it was shift?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
We are putting on the summer seasonal individuals. We do have a couple part-time for other departments. I know it looks kind of silly with Terry Keem. That's not our Terry Keem that we know. This is a different Terry Keem. Gonna be a part-time mower down at the street department.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same spelling.
It's just with a Y. Terry's with an I. Our Terry's with an I. This is a new Terry with a Y.
Okay. How are we doing with lifeguards?
We're probably only 1 or 2 down, maybe,
Oh, good.
maybe short, but I think that we're going to be okay. We're still looking for some general laborers for summer seasonal for a couple different departments. I know street department's looking for 1 or 2. Wastewater, we're still shy 1. Park department maybe down 3, so we're still looking to fill those positions.
All right.
But the skate park, rec positions, they're ready to go.
All right, questions?
I move to accept all as presented.
Thank you.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. All right. This next one is with language matters. Lucas is here. Lucas, you want to come up and we'll just talk quickly about, we've spent quite a bit of time working with the departments, department heads, about the types of services that we want to pursue with Lucas. We actually did a community outreach find out what the community's needs were. And we've come up with a list of projects that we're going to start out with. There'll be translation of documents for city departments, on-site interpreters for Safety Day and other events, ID program research, Spanish copywriting for Facebook city account, and we're starting a 6-month call center, which will be bilingual and allow citizens that are Spanish-speaking to call in and inquire about specific city services and concerns. Really excited about that. I think Lucas has done a great job meeting the needs of the city, and I think this call center is really is going to be really well received. So, Lucas.
Yeah, I feel that you said everything that I was going to say, but I'm just going to expand on that. I want to say thank you to start with to all the departments. We're able to do the study side of this really, really fast because every department was really quick to give the information, to meet with me, and so we were able to accelerate that part of the process. It's really important for us as we work to make this more accessible, city services more accessible, to learn more about our Hispanic community, and that's why we want to do all of this as a pilot, and we want to have data that at the end of that pilot we can look at and know how to move forward. And so I would just add that call center would be a great opportunity for us to gather that data and know how we can move forward to continue to make city services more accessible to Hispanic community members. I have nothing else to say. Thank you again to the City of Warsaw for moving quickly and for making this a priority, and to all the head departments too.
No, this is really good. I appreciate everybody's efforts. I move to accept.
I would second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Lucas, thank you. We're looking forward to getting started.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Item 15, Park and Rec, Family Carnival Day. They've got I'll let you pronounce that.
Penguinis.
Penguinis.
How's that sound? That's they're actually 2 hamster wheels that work, and they'll get in them, and we're going to put them in the middle of Central Park, and they're going to get in the hamster wheels and go all over the place.
Hamsters or people?
People. Actual people will get in the hamster wheels.
So they're big, they're not like little.
They are big, yes. Yes.
Big wheels.
You don't have to squat to get them. You
That
stand
sounds
in and
like
you
fun.
run. So.
It does.
Yeah, this is
Have better.
another added feature to our family carnival that it's a big success every year, so we'd like to have that done.
Questions? Have we had this? Have we done this before?
We have not done this. This
All
is
right.
something new.
Penguinis.
Yes.
You ought to be there first. You go first. I move to accept.
It's just like the dunk tank. I'll go first in a dunk tank. That's it.
Hey, we do need volunteers for the dunk tank too, so we're always looking for that.
I think Paul Heaton would like to do that.
There we go.
Police department needs to do that.
Be a great PR outreach. We'll talk.
Thanks, Larry.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And Kevin Bean.
Kevin Bean is another entertainer for our summer concert series. He's actually an opener for one of the other ones, and that's $250 coming out of the paid for donation through the foundation.
So this is our Friday night concert series. Larry, remind us all when the first concert is.
I think it's in May. It's the third Friday in May.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Looking
That's where
forward
they
to
start.
that, too.
Yeah.
Questions?
Move to approve.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, item 17, again, Park and Rec 2022, Rockin' for Riley, audio services.
Yeah, this is our sound and audio and backline. For the rock concert, we have to provide backline, which is $2,500 of that. So basically, when the rock people fly in, they don't have their instruments and things of that sort, so we provide that for them. It's very, very common on the rock side. The countryside you'll see is a little cheaper, and that's because we don't have to provide the instruments and stuff for those. So that's why it's $72.50 for live sound and backline.
So backline is the instruments?
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
All right. Question?
I move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And that's Jefferson Starship, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, item 18.
And then this is the Lakes Fest, which is blues, which is a much smaller scale in the audio and lights. So that is $1,200 for that event.
Okay.
I have big country trucks.
I move to accept.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
And then we have the country concert, and that's $4,700, and that's sound and lights.
That's item
No
19.
backline required for that. Yeah.
Okay. Again, same type of service. Questions?
I move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Larry. PD, this is a request to enter into an agreement with ERAD. How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
Great, thank you. You want to tell us a little bit about ERAD?
ERAD, it basically is a way for us to detect clone cards, card skimmers, a different way to seize money. People don't necessarily carry bulk cash anymore, and you can seize those assets on site before they're transferred out. So we originally came to you guys at the Board of Works for an agreement back in 2016. Their technology's advanced, and so is our agreement. So we are looking to continue with them with a little bit more cost. However, still half the price of, since we're grandfathered in with the original agreement in 2016.
So you've used these services and find them to be very valuable?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. I don't have any questions.
Now I move to approve.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you, sir. Dustin. Permission to purchase 2 Ford F-650S.
Yeah, these are for 2 2023 F-650 dump trucks. Lower bid-size truck than what we have been purchasing. Hopefully they're pretty available soon. We got some optimistic that hopefully we'll still have them yet this fall. But this is salt spreaders, plows, complete setups for these trucks at $159,413 a piece. We did use Sourcewell through this from Viking with the Sourcewell contract, which takes place of our competitive bidding, or as a substitute with that. Also have attached there the the letter from City Attorney Scott Royce on his looking everything over.
How's the delivery dates looking?
These were pre-ordered by the dealer, and he's hoping to have them, early, sometime in June, July, about 3 months to build the trucks to our specs here on everything that we've ordered. So he's hoping like an October deal. So, which we didn't even specify a color. I mean, I don't care if they're red, white, blue, green, or black. Whatever we can get, we'll take. So.
And as far as the price,
price was very competitive. We had a couple different Sourcewell quotes from different dealers, and this was by far the most significant deal.
When you budgeted last year, is this what you expected to pay, or are they?
Yeah, close. I mean, I think we're about $9,000 more than what we budgeted last year. These items are actually these trucks are in our budget for this year. But some other things that we purchased already were a little bit cheaper, so we're still fine as far as budget numbers as that goes. But yeah, it was pretty well in line for the most part.
Well, it's good to hear the pricing isn't too bad and the delivery date doesn't sound terrible, so I'm glad that's working out. Question?
Special purchase, Leak Scott, this large amount, we're following code, we're all good.
Yeah, so the Sourcewell is a cooperative purchase agreement
Okay.
created by the state of Minnesota. Everybody around the country uses it, municipalities. They send out bids nationally so that
every municipality doesn't have to individually do it. So Sourcewell just sends out bids. Cities like Warsaw and many others search through their bid process and reap the savings from what Sourcewell is able to get for the bids.
In a way, instead of having to spec your entire vehicle out on whether you want roll-up windows or, extra light, all that stuff, the Sourcewell gives that, or, the company puts everything in, pays into Sourcewell, creates their competitive bid, and it's automatic. I want to say it's 25% discount, if I remember right, from what that is, so, for municipalities.
All right.
I move to accept the request.
I'll second. Any further questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Item 22. This is, I think we talked at the last meeting about Warsaw's being selected as a recipient of the Community Crossings Grant, and Dustin wasted no time getting this one going. So.
Yeah, back in January, we applied for the grant, and we didn't run that through. That's partly my inexperience, so I'll take a little bit of on the chin here. But so basically, we need permission and acceptance of the grant. We were awarded the grant this year. This is a project that's still finalizing design. Should be up for the letting process hopefully in June, and under contract hopefully by August to complete the project. But this is. Warsaw is receiving $443,658 on a 50-50 matching grant through Community Crossings. So the project will be on Lindbergh Drive in Hodges Addition. It'll be the second phase. Is a follow-up from one that we did in 2020 on the first phase in the addition.
All right. Questions?
No. I move to approve.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Dustin, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, got a stormwater.
This is a pay-app for G&G hauling and excavating for the country club project that has not started yet, but this is for material that is stored and on site, so we are requesting payment for that. This project was originally supposed to start this spring, but with the weather we've had, the lake has actually been at summer pool pretty much all spring, so the project has been delayed, hopefully getting lower water levels.
All right. And there's a letter from our city engineer, Aaron
Yes.
Ott, who was inspected and approves this pay application. So, questions?
Yeah, it meets the specification that allows them to get paid for materials purchased and stored. We provide all the documentation. We've seen the materials, so it doesn't pay them in full, so we're not at risk of anything if anything would go haywire. It meets all the requirements necessary to recommend that they would approve the payment.
All right, thank you.
I move to accept.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, item 24. This is a memo regarding the Kelly Pond improvements.
Yes, you had approved a contract with G&G for the Kelly Pond improvements, and we were going to pay that out of the CCD funds, and we had made an error on the funds available in that appropriation, so we were just simply still continuing to use the funds that are available in the CCD, but then we're also using the utilities funds for that project. So it's just switching how we're paying for the project, basically.
No amounts in this request, you're just asking to add another fund, correct?
Yeah.
I move to accept.
I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Item 25, Stormwater Utility MOU for the Lakes Festival.
Yes, we have participated in this festival for several years, so we're just asking to sort of make a donation of $5,000 to help with the Lakes Festival. It helps us meet some of our requirements with public outreach and education. It's a great festival. We get pretty good turnout at it. It's a good opportunity for us to get some information out, so we just would like to continue to do that.
Move to accept.
I will second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. Switching to the wastewater utility, got a construction, it looks like a pay app for the,
Yes, this is for the McKinley Storm project that we did down where the Winona Roundabout's going to be, and this was just there's just about finished from our end of it.
I guess my question, Brian, I should have called you. If it's a stormwater project, why is it being paid out of wastewater?
It's being paid out of CCD.
Yeah, it's CCD.
Okay. All right, I was just confused because it says wastewater.
I was confused too.
All right,
Oh,
but that's the explanation. So this is a CCD's portion
Yeah, I
of
got
that.
the wrong cover.
So neither of them are paying, but CCD's paying,
Correct.
right? And those funds were allocated for that. All right,
Aaron, you reviewed this too, I'm seeing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I received the pay app, and I talked to the contractor to get more description of what all included. Went out to the site, verified the quantities proposed, because there was a little bit of extra concrete work done down at the harbor site condos, I believe is what they're called. So, yeah, I validated the proposed pay items and agree with them.
I move to accept.
I'll second that. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Item 27, pay app number 3 for a sanitary sewer rehab.
Yeah, this is for the lining project that we had going on. This, I believe, is just about everything besides the retainage on that project, so that project's pretty well complete. They were in, I think, 2 weeks ago and finished up, so.
Brian, roughly how much pipe was improved on this
I
project?
don't remember on this one.
Okay. I know we've been knocking them off as we can get them done.
Probably says,
Price says somewhere in the small print that I can read it.
yeah, we have the linear feet. Probably in the 7,000 to 8,000 feet of pipe were lined.
Okay. All right,
I move to accept.
I'll second. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you. Item 28 would be a fee for training.
Yeah, we've done this training. I think we started this in 04 or 05. He comes in every year and provides 4 days of 4 hours of training for everybody. It helps keep everybody up on their CUs that they need to maintain their wastewater certifications. Does very good training. He does training specific to our facility, so it's not like going to a large group where you just get general training. He'll train specific to our equipment and our treatment processes. We have more and more people looking to get their certifications, so he's going to do some review and study materials to help with that.
4 hours a day for almost a week, right?
Yeah, it's 4 days, 4 hours.
And I assume this obviously saves the city quite a bit of money from having to go off and have it done elsewhere.
I move to accept.
Yeah, I'd second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Lynn, special claims.
No special claims. We
All right.
have one, but we unspecialized it
All right.
on the docket.
Yep, claims dockets, plural,
Yep.
were reviewed. I didn't see anything. Jeff?
No, I move to accept.
Okay, I'll second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we've got 2 walk-ins from the fire territory. Garrett? These appear to be permission to apply for some grants. They were both approved on May 3rd by the Fire Territory Board, so they're being submitted for your approval.
Yeah, sorry about that. Shirley feels terrible. She was absent Wednesday. So these are both 2023 grants through Indiana Fire and Public Safety Academy for the Department of Homeland Security. The first one is for infrastructure grant. If awarded, it would allow us to purchase the much-needed concrete at our training facility, because right now it's just rock. It would just provide us a safer and cleaner environment to work in. We are currently only asking for permission. It's a reimbursement grant, and it's up to 50 grand, but we're not sure how much we're gonna get because it's multiple departments. So just asking permission to apply. It is kind of time sensitive. It closes on the 20th of May. Was approved by our board on the 3rd of May. Any questions on that?
Let me move to accept the request.
I'll second that. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. And then the second one, you want to explain that grant?
Yes, sir. Second one is through the same department and Department of Homeland Security. It's for the public. It's a public safety fund for local training. Our training department decided for the academy, a machine box for limb and hand extrications, ranges from vehicle extrications all the way up to agricultural and combine accidents, and also window ventilation props to allow us to simulate vent inner search and multiple variations of ventilation on multi-story dwellings, residential and commercial. It's a max of 10,000. We don't know how much we're going to get, so we had a couple line items in there to where we can pick from depending on the amount covered. And again, it is a reimbursable grant.
All right, questions?
I move to accept.
All right, I'll second that. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, thank you.
Thank you much.
Any other items to be carried forward? Are there any questions or comments? I do have one comment. This is Jennifer Whitaker's last meeting. She doesn't like to be talked about. She won't come up and say anything, but she's done a marvelous job for the city for the last 30 years. Puts up with a lot. So anyway, I just want to publicly thank her. She'll be, I think next Friday is her last day. So Jennifer, thank you for your service. All right. All right. All right. Anything else? All right. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second. Thank you. Heaton and Whitaker,
They're fine.
they're relentless with it.
They are funny. Yeah.
Jeff, just like, you can pass those down. If it's, I wouldn't let you clean it.
You want these copies?